Sharpening academic skills. Review the child's fluency, vocabulary, ability to write essays and reports, math skills, anything he will need when his parent is not there to coach him and review assignments with him. Ask yourself, what skills does he still need to improve so that he's able to function more independently in college? Learning about assistive technology. Would he benefit from any text-to-speech, speech-to-text note-taking? Are there software and apps that might help? Technology requires time to harness. A learning curve is associated with using different apps, and glitches will occur. So it is best to begin practice or tryout periods with any technology the summer before the senior year of high school, so that together a parent and a child can determine if it is really helpful and if the time required outweighs potential benefits. Receiving appropriate accommodations. Is he receiving all the necessary accommodations that will level the playing field? Extra time on tests? Exams given in separate, quiet rooms? Use of a laptop in class and on tests? I will discuss accommodations in a subsequent lecture. In order for a child to request the most appropriate and effective accommodations in college and universities, she must be aware of her diagnosis of dyslexia, understand how it impacts her, and know that dyslexia is persistent. It does not go away over time. Your child will go away to college. Her dyslexia will go with her. A common complaint from many college resource offices is that students come to see them later than they should. The student's explanation or hope, I thought I no longer had dyslexia. Most people don't realize how much students who are dyslexic wish they did not need to use accommodations. The persistence of dyslexia in virtually everyone who has the condition, including bright college students, means that it is essential that they know what support and accommodations they will require in college. Knowledge best acquired prior to college entry. Caution, be aware that school personnel often underestimate a dyslexic student's ability to pursue advanced work in certain areas, misjudging the student's high intellect. Higher level mathematics. If the child expresses an interest in science, technology, engineering, or math, STEM, but seems to have had trouble with early arithmetic or learning, consider highly regarded economist Diane Swank's experience in math. Early on in school, Swank, who is dyslexic, couldn't memorize the multiplication tables or add a column of figures, but later on, calculus and algebra were, as she describes it, a piece of cake. For Swank and many other dyslexics, difficulties in performing early calculations or memorizing the times table are poor indicators of later ability to carry out complex mathematical analysis. Parents should not allow schools to prevent their dyslexic child from pursuing higher-level academic classes in a range of disciplines because of misunderstandings of aspects of dyslexia. For example, some educators have mistaken the term slow, as in slow reading, that is, lack of fluency, to indicate overall slowness in mentation, which is typically not the case. One dyslexic student I know of was not allowed to take advanced algebra because she required extra time. The child changed schools and went on to excel in advanced math classes. Creative writing. At times, a teacher may confuse a dyslexic child's poor spelling with an inability to write sophisticated essays or highly imaginative stories. John Irving was a C- student in English who struggled to produce a final draft that reflected his imagination and writing rather than his poor spelling. Children should be judged separately for spelling and grammar and for creativity and imagination. Such an approach encourages the teacher to appreciate the rich creative thought that often lies just beneath the typos and spelling errors.
I would say in terms of strategy, if we're talking specifically academically, but I also will do this at work now. So, now that I'm graduated, but for me, there wasn't, I had to figure stuff out for my own and for a lot of things. And one of them was as soon as I got to the age where anything was being written or being read at home, like, we had homework assignments or whatever, anything that wasn't a, like a handwritten something or something that there would be no way of getting on the internet, I would scour the internet, for a PDF version of whatever the thing was. So if we had to read, I'm making this up, but the Count of Monte Cristo or something, I would go to Google, download the free ebook that they have, like a Kindle edition type thing, copy and paste that into a Word document. And then originally, before Word now has the Audible reader, I would take that document, put it in an email, an unsent email, because at the time, the 2005 Apple computers had a speech thing. So you could just you wrote your email and then you could press play it to me. So, I could hear it, through audio. And so I would listen to all of my homework was anything that could be taken in by audio, I would do. And that's still like that. And that was from 4th grade until I remember one of my best friends I made at Yale, when we lived together as roommates, he would laugh because he goes, I'd go past your room at 3 a.m. and all I'd hear was this computer voice talking really, really fast for, for a long time. And, because that's how I absorb information. And so I'd say that to me was probably the biggest thing. And it's gotten a lot easier. There's so much more on audio now. I know that there's a database that I used while I was at Yale that if you were dyslexic, you could be given access to, that had, free versions of all these textbooks, things like that, so that you could take it in through audio. But still, yeah, I would say, and I know this for myself, that I love reading in terms of listening to books. And I actually, after I graduated from school, really became a heavy reader, I think, because I didn't have to do it anymore for school and I didn't feel that pressure. But still, I noticed myself, I can read a sentence, and it's not that I don't have the ability to read, but I can get through and comprehend, a 1,000-page novel or something much quicker than I can get through a 50-page pamphlet that I have to read, because it's exhausting. It's harder for me. It takes me so much time to get it right and understand it. And so really the audio stuff has been the major strategy for me to be on par with everyone else.